This is Ben with Tucson Future Classics, here to show you stock number 25090. This is our 2010 Lexus ES 350. This is a very special one. It's in amazing condition and only has 94,000 miles. It's a two-owner vehicle, with the first owner purchasing it in Tucson, having it serviced at Lexus dealers up in Phoenix. This vehicle's been very well kept. I'll highlight any minor damage that this vehicle does have. We'll start with the front. One of the previous owners had paint protection film installed on the front of the car, partially on the hood, the whole bumper. Right there, looks like a rock chip did penetrate the paint protection film, but that's the only space that there's really a rock chip. And then there's just some marks on the PPF itself. Other than that, this front end is in great condition. Seems like the previous owners kept this car in the garage. Carfax does report that there was a minor damage incident back in 2024. Doesn't say where it was on the vehicle, but I have a hypothesis on where it is, and I'll show you in a second. All four wheels are wrapped in Goodyear tires with good tread and 2023 date codes. There's some minor curb rash on all of the wheels. They're just on the edge, and just overall not too horrible. So on this side of the vehicles, I believe where the damage that was reported is. So if you look right here, there's some unfortunate chipping, but in the sunlight, you can't really see this. So there's some right there on this front door. A couple minor dings on the upper portion of this rear door. If we have this in our inventory long enough, we'll have our dent guy take care of these. Then back here on the rear quarter panel, there's some of the same weird chipping. A very minor dent on this quarter panel, the wheel arch more specifically, and some minor scrapes. This is the only damage that I could really report on the vehicle. And when you're back here, you can't really see it at all. I would consider this stuff pretty minor. If you look at the car from this side, it looks very nice. Moving on to the rear of this vehicle. Paint is in just really good condition. It's very shiny in the sun. There's no fading to report. The rear bumper itself is just a mark right there where some paint came off. On this side of the car, looking at it, there's really nothing to report. I'd almost say this side is flawless, but I don't want to oversell it. The point of these videos is to be very transparent. More example of some curb rash. Move on to the interior, which I'll start by saying, being a 2010, this does have the smart key access system, which was very ahead of its time on all four doors. So you can see the button on this rear door and on the front. So like many other cars, just keep the key in your pocket, open. You could lock and unlock the door without having to actually use the key. Inside, this Lexus has a light gray leather interior. All four windows are auto up and down. You have a memory seat for the driver. And the only wear I could really report on the interior is this chrome trim that goes around this trim piece for the windows and door lock. Looks like the chrome's just flaking away. It's pretty much the same on the passenger side. As for the rear doors, there's none of this flaking to report. Inside, we're happy to report that these seats are in perfect condition. It's very common for Lexuses of this age to have torn, ripped, creased seats, but we had the skins replaced professionally, and they just present very well. There's a little bit of wrinkling just from the install. Over time, when this car sits in the sun, that's going to go away. No warning lights to report in this gauge cluster. There's the odometer right under 94,000 miles. The center screen up here provides very simple info on the car. So temperature, distance to empty, miles per gallon average, which it's very low on this one. Being a dealership car, we haven't taken it on long distances. You could turn on the eco indicator. So when you're driving economically, a light shows up. Doesn't really do much. On the steering wheel, you have controls for your media, for your phone, which this car does support Bluetooth for phone calling and audio playback. Cruise control stalk is located there. Being a Toyota, they always have their mirror switches on this left panel, it seems like, never on the door itself. And you have a small cubby, which is not an ashtray. The center, this has the basic radio, which is no problem, it works very well. On the top here are the settings for your climate control, which the air conditioning blows super cold, almost uncomfortably cold when it's set to low. Down here is your radio, the different buttons to control it, your presets, and right now it's in Bluetooth mode. So it'll show the song title when it's playing. To set it up, it's a little bit antiquated. You have to use voice commands. But once you have your phone set up, it's pretty seamless. You just hop in the car and your phone will automatically connect. Down here, you do have an ashtray and a cigarette lighter. Your gear shifter. And another tray that opens. Your cup holders. Both front seats are heated and ventilated. This center console slides back and opens up with the small tray there, USB auxiliary inputs, and another power outlet. Up top, you have an auto-dimming rearview mirror with the digital compass in that top right corner. You have your dome lights, home link for your garage door, and then sunroof controls, which this sunroof does open and close flawlessly. We'll move on to the back seat. Here in the back seat, there's plenty of space for rear passengers. I'm 6 feet tall and I can comfortably sit behind myself. Start with the door panel here. You can see the chrome is in good condition. The rear seats are also in good shape as well. They're the original Lexus leather skins. A little bit of creasing on the cushions, if you could tell right there. But there's no rips to report. Right here you can see some of the wrinkles I was talking about. Those will disappear within a couple weeks of sitting in the sun. Rear passengers have their own vents for the climate control system and a center armrest with cup holders. And there's a trunk pass-through if you have tall items to fit. Trunk space is very cavernous, providing plenty of space for your everyday items or larger items like suitcases if you're going on a trip. You can see that's where the trunk pass-through is. And under here, you have a full-size spare tire, which matches the other wheels. Tools. And an OEM Lexus cargo net. Under the hood of this Lexus is Toyota's 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 with a codename 2GRFE. This is an engine that's been used in a lot of Toyota products over the years, and it's super reliable and proven. Such a good engine, in fact, the sports car manufacturer Lotus used these engines in a couple of their models with a supercharger. With this only having 94,000 miles on it, you could expect years and years more service from it. If I were in the market for a new daily driver, quite honestly, I would highly consider this vehicle. It's basically a Camry, but with Lexus's twist on it. It's a lot more cushy, it's comfortable, drives well, it's very reliable. If anything does break, being that it is a Camry underneath, parts are cheap and very easy to find. If you're interested in this vehicle, want more pictures, or want to check out more of our inventory, go to our website, TucsonFutureClassics.com. If you'd like to schedule a test drive, we are appointment only. Please call or text our dealership at 520-268-6244.